Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper One. It's been a while. Been very busy with my son. As you know, he was hurt at work. Still hasn't really received the care he needs. Workman's comp it's a whole different animal that's beyond belief. But hopefully he'll have surgery very soon, and so he can start healing up correctly. So I've been busy with that. Still been doing things on the homestead here. As you can see, it's fall. Beautiful time in South Carolina with all the leaves. Things are changing on the homestead. Work is sort of dying down. The only thing now pretty much is getting some firewood in, as in for the next couple of years. I've moved my pile. Let me talk about my firewood. A lot of people store a year's supply of food, and then you ask them how they're going to cook them, and a lot of people, it's an eye-opener, like, whoa, I never thought about that. The amount of fuel you're going to need to cook all those rice and beans, it's a large amount of fuel you're going to need. So think about it now. If you're going to go with propane, make sure your tank is full, keep it full. We've decided to go with wood because it's a renewable source. So we moved our wood pile over here. The reason was it was in the woods, and I was afraid of, if we had a forest fire, it'd be a lot harder to fight it if I have my wood pile start on fire. I also moved it for another reason. I've had 3 different spots on the property, and I never know how much I've used, because I use a little bit out of each. So this year I have it stacked closer to the house so I can actually figure out exactly what is a year's supply of firewood for me. So we moved it here, and it's covered. This is at least 2 years old, so this is good and dry. I still have to move a bunch more, but I've got a good start on it. My goal is to have 3 years of dried firewood. I don't know if I have it because I don't know what I use. So this is a good experiment for me. How much firewood do I need to heat my house? A lot of you always say, well, I have no money to prep, and I understand that completely. If you only knew. Everybody's on a budget, and some of our budgets are a little bit tight. So my son was injured, so he's not really doing anything right now because he's not really capable. But he has been doing stuff. He's been prepping a lot, in the sense of he goes out to my shop and sits in the big stool on the workbench, and he made this handle. This piece of wood right there was actually a piece of oak firewood that he took and turned it into a handle. It was just by chance. He was sitting there on the workbench and he saw the head of the hatchet, and this one had no handle because it's been broken for a while. I just haven't replaced it. So he said, hey, I can do that. And he did. He built it. Or he didn't build it. He made it. Totally impressed with his ability. He put 3 coats of polyurethane on it. I'm not going to use this hatchet at all. I collect hatchets, you know that. This hatchet to me is more valuable to sit or hang on the wall. My son made it, and I'm very proud of him. He did an excellent job. I've seen heads like this go for $1 at garage sales. So you might not have a lot of money, but you can still prep. He also has mastered, it took him a whole day, very persistent little guy. It took him a whole day to learn how to make a fire with the bow drill. But he can make fire now without a match or flint or steel. So pretty amazing. He has messed around with figure 4 deadfalls, and he just messed around some more, just perfecting it. He also made a very big wooden hammer, so he could use that instead of striking steel against steel. So he's been busy. He's prepping, but it's not really costing him anything. So there's things that you can do. Just concentrate on the skills. If you don't have the money right now to buy things, learn skills. There's so many good YouTubers out there that are putting out excellent information. Learn skills you don't know. Pick a skill that you have no idea how to do it, and get on YouTube, get on the internet, Google it, and learn. It's still prepping. It's still very important, because you can lose all your possessions, but if you have that skill to fall back on, and you can make something out of nature, or you can find a wild plant, or you can get something out there in the woods to sustain yourself. Nobody can take that knowledge from you. You have that. So I urge you, learn new skills. If the wallet is empty, use your mind. That is a prepping skill, and that's the most important prepping skill there is. Your mind, developing it, learning skills. I will be going camping in the next few days. It's a little bit more than a camping trip. I'll be doing some very, very cool things. I'll be taking my camera with me and doing some filming and showing you what I'm doing. So I'm looking forward to the next few days. It'll be some fun. And then I have a bunch of videos to do. I promised to do some medical videos, and I haven't forgot. It just fell at the worst of times with my son being hurt. So I will be doing that. I'll show you a little bit more around the homestead, what I'm working on. I started a spring house. I have a spring at the bottom of my property, and I'm going to be building about an 8x8 concrete block building around it, just to have some refrigeration when there's no power. The ducks that we hatched out are doing fine. 3 out of the 4 survived. They're actually in the coop right now, but they are growing and they're doing excellent. So this is just a little look at the homestead during the fall. Soon all the leaves will be gone and winter will be here. And then spring will come and we'll get right back into it. A lot more plans of what we're going to grow and how to preserve the food. Thanks for watching.